What's up mga kasaysay? It's me, Giselle Alcott, aka Sai, but you can also call me Sai Sai. For today's video, we're gonna have a Q&A challenge about the global and local teachers, wherein I'm going to pick some questions here in this container for me to answer such. So, are you ready guys? Me? Sure, I am. So what are you waiting for? Let's start the challenge! So now, I'm going to pick the first question. Who is a Glocal teacher? What are the attributes of a Glocal teacher? A Glocal teacher is someone who possesses enough skills including being a good communicator, being creative, innovative, and being digitally competent because we are already in the 21st century world. And it is necessary that we as a Glocal teacher understand how our world is interconnected. And we must be aware of international teacher standards and framework. And also, we must respect culture's diversity. A Glocal teacher always considered both the local and global development with the guidance of worldwide perspective, but is just teaching locally where he or she is assigned. So now, I'm going to pick the second question. In most European countries, most respondents believe that pupils disrespected teachers than respected them. Is this situation true to the Philippines setting? Yes? No? Explain your answer. I guess this situation is sometimes true to the Philippines setting. Why? Because comparing the past, nowadays students are brave already and they can be disciplined properly sometimes. They tend to disrespect everyone they wanted to disrespect, even you are a professional teacher. They tend to be hard-headed because of the right they have as a student. And sometimes, it happens that even the student is the one who was wrong, the blame always went back to the teachers. So next question, shake, shake, shake. Pick one. So here's the question. 50% of parents in China would encourage their children to become a teacher. Would you do the same thing to your younger sister or brother? Why? Why not? Yes, of course, I would encourage my younger brother to go with the field of education too. But it is still his decision on what path he would take, and I will never stop him for what he wanted to be. Whatever he chooses that makes him happy, I will just support him and be happy too for that. So next question, guys. So here's the question. Teachers in the 21 countries surveyed have positive trust ratings. Do you think Filipino teachers are also trusted? Yes or no? Explain. Oh yes, and I salute for those Filipino teachers who are really trusted and do their fully best to educate learners. Not just for the payment they will get. On the other hand, I felt sad for how trusted they are. Still, that there are Filipino teachers who possess by bad Filipino behavior that always be one of the reasons why our country is not really progressing. For example, having crab mentality who always pull down their co-teachers who are in their top, and being ningashugon who always do their task or profession really well at first, but they don't do it until the end. So next, here's the question. If given an opportunity to experience teaching in another country listed above, where would you like to teach? Explain. For me, I would always choose our own country, Philippines, because I believe that if I stay here, it has a great impact not just on the students' achievements but also I can contribute to the economic progress of our beloved country. But for this question wherein Philippines is not included in the choices, I would go for China because I want to experience teaching respectful students in every actions, and also I want to experience how they treat teachers like me, not being degraded and not being compared to the other professions. So I will pick the next question. So here, can one be a global teacher without teaching abroad? I think yes, as if you have the qualities of being a global teacher and you incorporate global issues in the curriculum so that you can expand the knowledge of your learners beyond the normal boundaries. And also, you teach us in an open-minded approach so that they can view the world's perspective. And also, for me, we can be a global teacher if we teach us about the world, even without teaching abroad. So 3 questions left. Question. Do you agree with the survey results that teachers should be paid according to student performance? Yes or no? Why or why not? No, I think that's unfair because teaching is very far from having business and we don't get commission from it. But we have mission to educate students. Therefore, we should not be paid according to our learners' performance. Remember, every single students have different level of understanding and behavior, and it's in them if they can cope up with our lessons. I believe that students' achievements depends on their attitude and behavior towards learning, and it's not always teacher factor. Next to the last. Reflect on the statement. As a global teacher, act locally but think globally. It means that we as a teacher must be competent and flexible enough to adapt and be equipped with the strategies and techniques from global teaching that can be applied to our class or local teaching style. For example, me as a math major educator, I have discovered and learned from social media about some effective way to make a certain math solution become more easier for my students to catch up. Then I apply it and seen the good result. That's what act locally but think globally means. And for the last question, what message do these data convey? 2/3 of the countries judge the professional status of teachers most similar to social workers. Explain your answers. It conveys that teachers were most commonly thought to be similar to the social worker status. But we must put in mind that they have similarities and differences too. 2/3 means that teacher status is somewhat in the middle ranking. There are countries who least respected or degrade them. But also, there are countries who treated them highly respected, specifically in China. For me, in order to produce best academic outcomes, countries have to focus on high teacher pay and status because it is indeed necessary. And that's the end of challenge, mga kasaysay. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you so much. Babush!